Dia Eve, August Vulture, it's Mr. Killian. This is Hallowed Highlands. Welcome. My name is Killian, and today we are going to be talking about introduction to herbalism. So I'm actually training to become an herbalist, to become a registered herbalist, and over on Patreon, I'm teaching my more advanced students herbalism as I learn. So today I wanted to kind of give like an introduction to herbalism as a, I guess like an example of what I teach over at Patreon. So if you're interested in learning more, you can head on over there and become a student. I will put the links to my store and my Patreon in the description, so just look for that there. So anyway, we're just going to go ahead and get started. When working with herbs, it's really important that you use the botanical name, which is going to be in Latin. And this is because so many different plants and trees and shrubs and all that have like the same or similar names, and they can have, I already said that, but they can have similar names. So you don't want to get them mixed up and use the wrong thing. So there's that. Depending on what part of the herb you use, you will get different reactions or different effects in the body. And an example of this is dandelion root. The root, it can actually be used to treat digestive issues, and it can also help the body detoxify itself. Whereas if you use the leaves, they are more so for diuretics, and also the flowers can be used to reduce stress and tension. Method of preparation is also important when it comes to using herbs. So you want to, we actually go into that in another class, but method of preparation really matters, and different types of preparations, just a few of them. You can have like tinctures, you can have teas, you can have different types of infusions. Teas are infusions. There's so many different types of preparations. There's topical, where it goes on the skin. They're ones that you ingest. And then also there are tablets, capsules, all sorts of different methods. So we go over that in a different class. So herbal energetics is the effects of the constituents of the herb. These effects can be detected by the senses. So I have a really good example here for this. In the past, one of my friends was sick with something, and it was a strep throat, and we prepared some mint tea with a little bit of cayenne pepper to help coat the back of the throat and numb it. And so that's an example, again, of the preparation mattering. When my friend was sick with strep, he needed something that he could drink, that he could take in, that would actually wash the back of the throat, coat the back of the throat. You know, it wouldn't be as effective if I gave him capsules. So a tea was better. Sorry, I just lost my spot, guys. Oh, so anyway, so I might be saying it wrong. The capsaicin in cayenne pepper, that the stuff that makes your nose run and makes your mouth water, you know, that goes to show that if you take it in a capsule, it may not be as effective, because you're not actually getting that primary effect. You're not getting that primary effect of it touching your tongue, you tasting it, smelling it, and then having that reaction of sweating, of having your mouth water. Stuff like that. So yeah, there are 12 basic categories of herbs. I might pronounce one of them wrong. I admit I'm not the best with pronunciation. The first type is pungent. Second is aromatic. Then simple non-alkaloidal bitters. Then there's alkaloidal bitters, fragrant bitters, acrid, astringent, sour, salty, sweet, oily, and then the one that I'm not sure I'm pronouncing right, one of the books that I'm learning from, they like to use a different word, but the word that's used most often for this other type is, I hope I say this right, Demuculent? to muscle. I can't even say it. But we actually go over that in another class as well. In this class, I will be teaching you a little bit about pungent herbs and aromatic herbs. There are 3 general ways that herbs affect the body. There's energy production, tissue density, and then also the tone and flow and secretion of muscles. With energy production, herbs can either be warming or cooling. They can also be neutral, and when you are looking to treat something or to help somebody with a certain medical problem, if there's like an excess of heat, then you're going to want to use cooling, moistening herbs, and then vice versa. It's just kind of like a general rule of thumb. Warming herbs help stimulate and increase the speed of the body's metabolism. And with it increasing the metabolism, it's also going to increase heat, like I said. This also causes an increase in energy and warmth. Herbs in this category can help health problems that are related to too much coolness or stagnancy. With cooling, these herbs slow the body's metabolism, so it's going to cool. It's also going to act as like a calming agent for muscles and tissues that are angry and inflamed and hot. These herbs, let's see, neutral herbs do not have a certain, what am I saying? They're not warming, they're not drying, they're in the middle. They pretty much do. Yeah, anyway, I totally lost my place. Anyway, neutral herbs are neither warming nor cooling. These herbs do not have a pronounced effect on the metabolism, so because of that, it doesn't have a significant warming or cooling effect. With density of tissues, moistening herbs are going to bring moisture and strength to dry and brittle tissues. Drying herbs are going to help reduce excess fluid and also help calm inflammation and swelling. Balancing herbs can be used with damp or dry conditions and can help balance the body's water and minerals. So with muscle tone, flow, and secretion, constriction, herbs in this category, they help tighten muscle tone or constrict, which will decrease flow and secretion. These herbs are helpful when tissues are too relaxed and they're lacking in muscle tone, and if they are secreting fluids. Relaxing herbs, these ones are the ones that are going to help release tight muscles. And it's going to promote movement and increase secretions. Then nourishing herbs, these herbs are used to bring nutrients to tissues that need healing. Alright, so in this class we go over the first 2 categories of herbs. The first one is pungent and the second one is aromatic. So we're going to go over pungent first. These herbs are spicy and they're hot on the tongue and usually have a pronounced scent to them. The pungent smell and flavor is actually due to the presence of resins and alkaloids, as well as a few other things, including essential oils. These herbs are drying and warming, and they move stagnant blood and energy. They get things moving. Pungent herbs also can help create perspiration and can stimulate circulation. They also increase digestive secretions, and they can help with poor appetite. They can relieve gas pain, and they can also increase the peristalsis, increase the effectiveness of the peristalsis of the intestines. If these herbs are overused, they can take away from the body's energy and overcool, so you want to make sure that you're not overdoing it, because there is such thing as overdoing it with herbs. Some people may also have digestive upset, so if that comes into play, then you might need to consider something else. Let's see. So contraindicated, which means don't use the herb in this case. If the person is hot, flushed, or reddish in complexion, and also do not use it. Or sorry, that's it. And because basically it can exacerbate the issue, make it worse. Some examples are cayenne pepper, ginger, mustard, garlic, black pepper, chilies, onions, cardamom, cloves, cumin, carom seeds, mace, lavage. I think it's pronounced lavage, which is funny because a lavage is anyway. Pumpkin pie spice, oregano, and a few others. So then we're also going to jump into aromatic herbs. These herbs, they contain essential oils, which are also known as volatile oils. These oils evaporate when exposed to heat and light, so that's why a lot of essential oil bottles are dark. Actually, pretty sure everyone I've pretty much seen is in a dark container. So anyway, so like I said, they evaporate when exposed to heat and light. Many herbs in this category are also used as food and teas. These herbs have mild warming and drying effects on the body. It's not as potent as the pungent herbs, but it does do kind of the same thing. These can also cause perspiration and increase or improve circulation. Sorry about that. I just lost my place again. Okay, and then they also help with the passage of gas in the intestine. So if someone's having some gas pain, these are aromatic herbs might be a good choice. They should almost always be diluted and almost exclusively used topically. Concentrated extracts can cause issues, so using the whole herb instead of the using the whole herb is actually much safer. And then some examples of aromatic herbs include allspice, bay leaves, cinnamon, coriander, curry leaves, dill, cumin, pumpkin pie spice, nutmeg, rosemary, tarragon, and sage. So those are just some examples. So that is my first introductory class to herbalism. I kind of went over things a bit fast and I lost my place a few times. I apologize. But I hope that you got the information. I hope that that you benefit from this. And like I said in the beginning of the video, if you are interested in learning more about herbalism and about other magical and spiritual topics, head on over to my Patreon and become a student. My lowest tier is only $3 a month. So, and there's no, like you have to stay for a certain amount of time. If you want to join for a couple months and then you can't do it, you can cancel and then come back when you're ready. There's no pressure there. So, I think that's about it for today. I hope you guys are doing well. Head on over to my store to do some shopping if you want. And talk to you guys again later.